Hello, my name is Aquila Bey, Ph.D. You can go to Google and go Aquila space bey-phd, hit enter, and you'll see a lot of stuff that's come up. Sad to say, black Americans have done whatever they can to discredit me and put hurt on me and my family based on me just simply saying black Americans, I want you to be African Americans. And people say, well, what's the difference? Everybody of every race knows that there's a difference between a black American and African American. Three major reasons. One, black Americans believe that the white man is the cause of all of their problems. It's their fault that there's 700 plus murders in the city of Chicago, black on black. 1,000 shootings, black on black. It's all the white man's fault. It's the Mexicans' fault. It's the Puerto Ricans' fault. It's everybody's fault but theirs. That's the biggest thing you will know about a black American. The second thing is a black American is lazy in the honest work way, but very earnest in the wrong way. He will go to your gas stations in your area. If you need help, go to any gas station on the south side, up and down 79th Street, up and down 69th Street, the main street, artery streets. Just right up and down the south side of Chicago, you'll see 3, 4, 5, 6 men at the gas station working 10, 12-hour shifts, hoping to sell a pack of squares, hoping to sell a dime bag, hoping to sell. But they refuse to pull up their pants, because they know working in a job, you have to pull up your pants, you can't wear it over your behind. But they're so adamant that they have to wear their pants over their behind because that's the gang banging way, that's the nigger way, that's the black way, that's whatever they explain to you, that's their way. So that's the second thing you learn about them is that they're lazy towards working a 10-hour a day legal job at $10 an hour versus hoping to make that same amount selling crack to their own communities and their own people, crack, cocaine, and loose squares, and loud, and weed to all of their own people. See, they're not selling to the white, the Korean, the German, the Italian. They're only on the south side of Chicago at all the gas stations that are owned by the Arab, the Chinese, the German. Everybody else owns everything but them. But they claim they own it because, they selling on the corner, loose square, loose square, loose squares. So that's a black American. And then finally, black American is willing to kill instead of be wrong about something that is wrong. Who freed the slaves? The Democrats. No, according to history books, the Republicans did. Oh no, see what happened is that my auntie told me that, see, the Democrats were the Republicans and the Republicans are now the Democrats. And see, if you check with my auntie, what does your auntie have to do with this? Let's go to the computer. Well, no, let's not go to the computer because if you find out that I'm wrong, I might have to kill you. Three reasons why that's a black American. Now let's look at the African American. African American knows that he needs to be on his job 15 minutes before the clock starts of his time shift. One, he needs to be on time. He knows this, he's on time. Two, he's responsible. He understands that customers are the thrive of a business. He doesn't curse them out, treat them with respect, look at them crazy, and do all the other things that a black American would do. And three, he's willing to learn and improve himself so that he and his family can get better. That's an African American. Now, if you don't like my definitions, then you pick some, but there is a difference between the two. 700 plus murders, some businesses that have started in some communities by African Americans, 1,000 plus shootings. I'm now working to support my baby and my girlfriend, and her name is this. My bitch and my hoe. I don't know her name, and she don't care if I do or don't. I could go on. So now that's what we're talking about. So we have explanation of me. We have explanation of me. We have an explanation of D.m.h. Public Transportation Watch. His job is to observe and monitor CTA, PACE, Metro, and factually speak about the violations of the rules and regulations that are known to the employee who's getting paid, but yet treats the customer with disrespect and wrongdoing, and will disregard you at all costs. Now, we are here to serve. The most important population that we serve is the ex-offender, because the black community under Democratic control, and I don't care again what you say, I know that Democrats have been in charge of Chicago for 60 years. I know the county jail has been flooded with blacks. I know that 88% of the Cook County Jail is black, and that's 88%, 72% is from Chicago. Yet, if you check the records, there are 160 municipalities in Cook County, and yet Cook County Jail accounts for a Democratically controlled city. All the aldermen of Inglewood, aldermen of all these black communities have done nothing for black people. Black people love them to death. That's your thing. Great for you. But at the end of the day, I know you don't have a job. I know you have no training for a job. You know you have no training for a job. You know you have no job. You know you beating up bus drivers to ride down the street for free because you don't have no money. You're throwing a quarter in the bus machine, talking about, bitch, drive that down the street or I'm gonna beat your ass. All these different things that we see that our black Americans do because they're hustling and they ain't making it work. They're thriving on doing nothing right. It's always wrong, and they think it's okay to do wrong, and they're hustling wrong. I need a free ride on CTA. I need a free ride because the white man then took all my opportunities from me. So again, it's I've found, as my agency over the last 6 months has been working desperately to get CTA to understand that there is a difference between the two, Black American and African American. I've seen more Black Americans destroy our system of CTA. Now, let's look at who's hurt. And again, the population that we serve are the ex-offender, because ex-offenders are being told by other blacks in the Democratic Party that being black is an ex against you, being an ex-offender is an ex against you, having babies and not trying to take care of you. There's so many different things that blacks tell blacks and say the white man actually said it, but you actually hear from a black person. And they're not moving forward in life. So the ex-offenders are first that we try and take care of, because the ex-offender who's trying to get a job, he needs dependable transportation to get there, and CTA is not dependable, but it's trying its best. But we need the humans that work there to do their job to make it as dependable as possible. And what I find with CAs is that Black American CAs are sitting in those booths called kiosks. They're on their cell phone, they're talking to their girlfriends, they're doing everything else. And yet when that guy who's trying to run the work gets up there and he can't work the machine or whatever, that CA staring at him like, if a bitch don't beg me to come out the box, I ain't coming out the box. A bitch, and I've seen and heard this. This is what we're going through in our own communities. It's not the white man nodding his head and doing all this. It's a black person in that kiosk at 63rd and the Green Line doing that. It's the Black American who works with CTA that refuses to come out the kiosk and help the disabled, blind people. But yet, if I do your blind uncle, auntie, or cousin like that, you ready to pick up a gun and shoot me. It's a double standard that the Democrats have taught you. It really doesn't work, because you end up going to jail, and then the disabled guys die dead or whatever. But he hates more and more black people as he grows older, and then he wants to rob and kill more black people, and you mad at black people. So again, it's black on black crime. It never was about anybody but you saying, I need to change. And so now we help the disabled. So we have the ex-offender we take care of by letting him know that you are a customer and you deserve respect, ex-offender or not. The disabled, you deserve customer service, nothing less. The elderly, the disadvantaged. The disadvantaged are those youth that are trying to get to school on time. Because again, attendance is key. And when you're running out the house after taking care of 2 other kids in the house or whatever, see, I am a customer service administrator. I have been helping the African American community and the Black American community for 16 years full force, and another 5 added to that, being trained myself by some of the best who love the business. And D.m.h. Public Transportation Watch wants to help the homeless as well. The homeless have done their best to raise $2.25, and yet I don't care how bad you think they smell or whatever the case may be. If they put $2.25 in there and they pay, they deserve to be treated as a customer. They deserve respect. And if you don't like it, go find another job. Now, again, info@f.l.a.g.1999.org is how you email. You can email me. You can go to the website, www.f.l.a.g.1999.org, read more. You can fax at 773-527-7899. You can call f.l.a.g and leave a detailed message at 312-869-9493. d.m.h.p.t.w's number, new one, is 872-529-2009. So there's lots of ways you can reach and call and reach out and leave a message and a voicemail. We're going to need the date, the time, and where you were and what happened. Date, time, where you were and what happened. If you don't think it was right, or you just somewhat think it's wrong, or you don't really know, just call anyway. Just email anyway. Let us know and we'll check it out. That's our job. Our job is to make the system better through customer support by saying we're tired of black Americans taking these jobs and not doing them. We want African Americans and other people of race who will actually do the job, be hired by CTA and do it. Now I'm going to focus on this video on one factor. That is that CTA teaches and trains each customer assistant duties and responsibilities. Transit Operations has a general information publication number 8162. It was revised on 04/17/2011. It has not been changed to my knowledge, and if it has, CTA has not let me know. And even if they have, majority of this stuff is not changed grammatically. It's probably something added or a word here or there. But we're going to focus on these 5 pages that every day a CA for an 8-hour job is supposed to do. Now let's focus on the word customer. Customer means anyone that steps upon the property of CTA and intends to pay or does pay or has in their possession a CTA fare card with money on it. That designates you as a customer. So I don't care if you're an ex-offender, robber, whatever. If you are on bond, if you are on parole, and you're an ex-offender, and you're way done your crime, don't let nobody tell you you're not a customer. If you are disabled, if you whatever, you're a customer. If you are customer is a customer. Assistant, customer being assistant. Duties and responsibilities. There's a duty and it's a responsibility of that person to do certain things. And one thing that I'm explaining to you in this one video that I want you to focus on is that they are supposed to do the following. And I want you to call, let us know. And we're going to put it on video. We're going to actually, because I've already done my job for 7 months. I've called CTA Control. I've called CTA Headquarters. I've done everything I can. I've written reports that are so excellently done that you can't get through them. But for some reason, nobody wants to fire, reprimand correctly, and the black American is so stubborn, and they are so stubborn that they don't care until they actually fired. Because I was intimidated and threatened and harassed by a black American who claims to be a customer service assistant. You trying to take the food out of my mouth, you telling on me, and you're lying on me. And then CTA turns around and said, well, we used our own cameras to pin you. What are you talking about? So it's all about just justice. It's all about righteousness. It's all about just doing the simple things. And so when you read these 5 pages, which I'm not going to read to you, I'm just going to focus on one thing I want you customers to listen to me on. On page 3, okay, 3 of 5, okay, of that publication, 8162, which has been around since 4/17/2011, the title Customer Assistant Duty and Responsibility. 13B is what I number it, but it's bullet point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's bullet point 5. It says that a customer assistant must position himself or herself outside of the kiosk at all times. You know, that little box that they're always in, talking on their cell phone, talking to their girlfriends, all that good stuff. It says that at all times positions himself, herself outside of the kiosk at all times and remains visible, customer focused, and available to assist customers. Exception, inclement weather exception, for kiosks exposed to the weather only. Now keep that in mind. If they are at Green Line in California, and as soon as they step out of that kiosk, they're directly outside in the element, but versus Quincy Brown Line, where if they step out of the kiosk, they're right there in a nice heated area. There's a difference, but listen carefully what it says. For exposed to weather only during, now mind you, during non-peak periods when the temperature stated on the elevator status line is below 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 Celsius, customer assistants may enter the kiosk to warm up, but only so long as 1. There are no customers in the station area near the kiosk. 2. While in the kiosk, they remain alert, productive, and prepared to assist future customers. 3. They exit the kiosk when any customer enters the area and they make themselves visible and available to assist the customers. 4. They exit the kiosk after warming up, even if there are no customers to assist. They must leave the kiosk to make station platform observations, maintain station appearance, and pick up debris. Now we're going to stop at all the rules and regulations in 8 hours. That's the most important one. Now we got a lot of them that's saying that I'm 25 years old and I'm too lazy to stand. I'm 25 years old and I got a hurt knee all the time. I'm 25 years old, I'm 35 years old, and I need to get paid this money. I had one customer service assistant, or whatever her title was. Okay, I'll look it up again in future videos and let you know. But I swear to you, this woman was at the downtown station of Randolph and Wabash with the gate open on her cell phone. And when I complained and communicated about everything, found out this woman was making $35 an hour. $35 an hour. And she's in the dark with the door cracked open a little bit, and she on her cell phone. And she says, well, F everybody, if they don't know the rules, fuck, am I going to make my $35 an hour? I'm paid to do this. But because you don't know I got to do it, I ain't going to do it. And I'm going to be on my cell phone too. So D.m.h. Public Transportation Watch's job is to say, I understand you got an 8-hour job. You don't have time to write a good complaint or a good report. I understand you don't know how to call the 800 number or don't have time to call the 800 number, don't have time to complain, don't have time to do an email. It's all through now. You got me. You got me and my volunteers. 3-pronged program. 1, we hear about the situation. 2, we write it down and find out if it's a violation of CTA policy, RTA policy. And 3, they finally see my face. I walk up on them and I let them know. Gate is unlocked. You're not outside your station. It's 50 degrees and you're still in there talking on your cell phone. They don't like me. They've attacked me already, and they just made it worse now because now we have our own web pages. I don't care about Facebook. I don't care about anything like that. My chief executive personal assistant has Facebook. My chief of staff has Facebook. They'll publish all this stuff for me too. And we have YouTube and whatever we need to let the word know that Black Americans and African Americans alike, if you are a customer and you hear what I just said, which is customer assistants who are in those booths at any train station, you call me, email me with the time, date, okay? Time, date, and what happened. And if you see something else wrong, they're smoking on the job, they're on their cell phone, you name it, if you don't even know what it is, email us and we'll check it out for you and say, yes, it's wrong, no, it's not, we got it covered, we'll take care of it, don't worry about it. Because your son needs a job, your daughter needs a job, whatever. And they're going to be able to work for CTA if they're able to do the job. And who wouldn't want to get paid $10, $11, $12, $13, $14, $15 an hour or more? Mind you, this woman was actually found out $30 an hour. And all she has to do for 8 hours is stay off her cell phone and help customers. Anyone willing to get on public, YouTube, Facebook, go to newspapers and say, I am willing to risk $30 an hour for 8 hours to talk to my girlfriend on my cell phone, my boyfriend on my cell phone. You tell that to somebody and I'll kiss your feet in public. Because this woman's making $30 an hour to do one simple thing that I just reported. I haven't just talked about anything else. I'm talking about that one thing. All the rule says is be out there to help customers. 8 hours, go home. Black Americans have a problem with that. So I'm going to go right now because it's been 20 minutes. I've explained the rules. Rewind this over and over again, please. And if you want to fund, donate, and assist us, please do so, because we definitely want to continue to be out there. We definitely want to help. And if you have any questions or anything like that, let us know. I thank you very much for your time, and please have a nice day.